Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Armando, and I'm joined by
Adriana.
Osiris.
And Yahir.
And we're going to be talking about elderly patient care. More specifically, with our experiences with the elderly people. Does anybody have anything they'd like to share?
You know the funny thing? I just had an interview with my grandfather, and yeah, it's recently. Have you had any?
Yeah, I've had a couple experiences with the elderly.
What about you, Yahir? I feel like you could
I
have
did.
one.
I had one not so long ago.
I think I was there too.
What was that like?
Yeah, we were all there. You guys remember?
Oh yeah, with Angelita Memorial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she was a very nice old lady.
She was very interesting, by the way.
I really liked her presence.
Like it's like something about her that just reminds me of my grandma.
Before she was kind of like tough to
Open
like,
up.
Open up. Yeah, she was very shy at first. She kind of had trouble hearing, but not too bad for someone her age. She was a very interesting person, if I do say so myself.
I loved her personality.
Yeah, her personality.
And her responses about family, I love someone who really.
Didn't some of you guys actually ask her a few questions?
Oh, I did.
What did you
I
ask?
I asked her what was something she valued right now in life because of her age. And her response was that she valued her family.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That's something very strong. Because like recently in class we had an interview about what is it? A video. We read a book and we saw a video.
Of Maury.
Shorts.
Tuesdays with Maury.
Tuesdays with Maury.
That was a good book. It made me almost cry.
I actually read most of it on my own time, and I thought it was very interesting as well.
Yeah, it made my view on life kind of change a little bit. Made me want to be a nicer person and a more thankful person. Yeah, he really wanted, he made me want to change my views on life. After that, I reached out to my sister, who I haven't seen in 2 years, and me and her actually reunited last week. And I would say it went really good. Before it was kind of awkward, but, you know, it happened, so I'm thankful for that.
If I say.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about it already, does anybody else have any specific experiences that they've had that they'd like to share?
I would say so. Recently, I just interviewed my grandfather. His name is Juan. He's an 80-year-old person. The interview went really well. I was so fascinated by the quick responses he said, and yeah, he was like very open-minded of all this stuff. He basically elaborated on very important topics. He talked about family. And yeah, he loved the meaning of life and everything.
That's actually surprising because most elderly people usually don't open up that quickly. You kind of have to talk to them with a little bit, but it's surprising to hear that he was really interested in the interview.
He kind of reminded me of Maury a bit, kind of, because he really loved the meaning of life. He says, when I'm gone, and that's it. I just want to be remembered by all my good deeds in life and everything.
Well, that's beautiful.
Thank you. My grandfather is a good person. I would say
so. Do you have any knowledge of what he's been through when he was younger, or?
He was born by nuns. No, I mean he was raised by nuns. He was taught by nuns basically. He went to a church school. He was very religious throughout his years. He worked as the persons that cut trees. What is
Gardener.
Gardener, yeah.
So whatever, I don't know. But he worked like that, and he just earned a living off of that. He had 8 children, which is fascinating to me because one of them is my mother. And yeah, my mother was basically
Which child out of the 8 was she?
I think she was like the third youngest.
Did he have any troubles like hearing or standing or anything like that?
Right now, he's currently at a stage when he really can't see anymore. He has to have like really, what is it? Strong prescription glasses. And at the time of the interview, he had like back problems, and he couldn't really stand up. So I had to interview him laying down on the bed.
Oh, that's interesting because that actually reminds us of Maury, the actual person in the book that we were reading.
Yeah. Seeing him like that, how did it make you feel?
It really hit me in the heart because like I felt bad for him because he's eventually gonna you know.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to see him like that. I just want to see him happy, live a happily life.
Well, it's a good thing that he's staying positive through all of this.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I love about my grandpa. Yeah.
So what happened to him? Why was he in the hospital?
So he actually did fall from the stairs. At that time, he wasn't wearing his glasses. His glasses were like wrong prescription at the same time. So he couldn't see the steps and he tripped. He hurt his back. That's the reason why he's laying down on the bed at the time of the interview. Yeah. So what about you? You're here.
Thank you for sharing your
Thanks. You're
experience
welcome.
with
Thank you.
CDs.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Okay, so in our class, remember when Angelina came in? She was on a wheelchair. That reminds me about
Yeah.
your grandpa
Oh
with
yeah.
his back problems.
I remember
Yeah.
that. I felt bad.
Because she said she woke up with back pain, didn't she? And
it's a Yeah. struggle
to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Angelina.
But she made it.
Yeah, she's very.
Well,
she's
since we're on the topic of Angelita, I don't think anybody got the chance to ask her a question like, what is their future desires? Did any of you guys get the chance to ask that to any of your elders?
I interviewed my mom's ex-boss. His name is Pablo Jacobo, and he's a very nice guy. He's very interested and infatuated in the healthcare field. He actually owns a dentistry, and he says his future desire is to make a blog about cancer because his dad died of cancer 20 years ago, and ever since then, he's been very into research of cancer and natural ways to prevent cancer. So, yeah.
Did you also get the chance to ask him a question like, what was the most important thing in his life at the moment?
He wasn't really into materialistic things, but he said the most important thing is family. He has 4 kids, and they all work in his dentistry as well, and he has a lot of grandkids, and he says that his like the best time is what he spends with them. So yeah.
Oh, that's interesting because that sounds similar to the answer that Angelita gave. Right?
Yeah. I notice a lot of like elderly people, they don't really care about anything but their family. That's a trait that I like admire. He was overall a really nice person, really inspiring. He gave me a lot of good life advice about college and school, and to always try my best and never give up. He really inspires me because he started from scratch, you know. He was born in Mexico and came to America when he was 7. He didn't know any English, but he learned very quickly. His mom never went to school. She had to watch her siblings and stuff. So she wanted to make sure that all of her kids got a good opportunity in school and went to college and graduated from college, which him and all his 7 siblings did. They all graduated from universities and got good careers. So yeah, overall, he was a very inspirational, influential person. He had a very positive attitude. He says he meditates 20 minutes every morning.
We should do that.
And so he was, doesn't that sound fun, meditating? Yeah.
Like I feel
helps
like
you relax.
Yeah. I need to meditate so I could not slap people in the morning.
All right, guys. It's time to go because our rides are here.
Bye,
Gotta
guys.
go.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in.